All right, so I know that some people that are going to be watching this are going to be like, Zach, you've been so anti-America, anti-American team, boo USA this entire time. And I can just promise you that that's not the case. I've been rooting for America. I wore an American outfit yesterday. I wore an American outfit today when I was, out doing things. And then here, right before I go to sleep on the eve of the final day of the Ryder Cup, American hat, American shirt, I bleed red, white, and blue. Okay? The reason it may seem like I've been, anti-Team USA is, I think, perfectly encapsulated by the decision-making of the captain and by the play of the players. So, two of the big guys I railed against, I don't want them on the Ryder Cup team. I don't think they deserve to be there, are the two worst performers in the entirety of the Ryder Cup as of right now. We have Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth. Now, I know 9 and 7, not a good look for Scotty Scheffler and Brooks Koepka, but when you look at strokes gained total, those two guys are the worst out there. You can see the pairings, they're not meshing. All this was supposed to be about, Justin's a great locker room guy, and, we want to have a solid locker room. I don't care how solid your locker room is. If your guys can't make birdies, it doesn't make sense to have them paired together. The Scheffler-Koepka pairing never made sense to me from the beginning. Scotty Scheffler and Brooks Koepka. Koepka can bomb the ball. Scotty can bomb the ball. Okay, so now we don't have a bomber in another group. And neither one of them is consistent putting from 5 to 10 feet. So you're not making those birdie looks that you need to make. That's not to say that Scotty Scheffler can't make birdies or that Brooks Koepka can't make birdies, but when you're playing foursomes or a 4-ball, that's arguably your weakest team. Arguably your weakest, because you're going to have pressure putts from 5 to 10 feet a lot of the time, 5, 10, 15. You have pressure putts in those situations. Those guys have proven over the past year that they're not the best in those situations. They're great ball strikers, great off the tee, pretty good short game guys, but when it comes to putting, they're just not the guys for it. And it looks like the strategy with Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth was, well, if I keep putting them out there, eventually they're going to win a match. They got lucky to tie match 1. Got beaten match 2 by arguably Europe's weakest team. And then here you go again, getting beat in match 3 by, again, the weakest team that Europe had in the afternoon. I just don't understand what the plan was from the outset. It seems like the pairings have been awful. And that's why you're down 10.5, 5.5, is because you're not making the right decisions in the pairings. You got guys over there that probably shouldn't be there in terms of how they're playing at the moment. When you look at guys like Keegan Bradley, got something in my eye. You got guys like Keegan Bradley. You got guys like Tony Finau. You got guys like Dustin Johnson. Guys like Bryson DeChambeau. You got those guys waiting in the wings. Those guys who are good locker room guys who did mesh well with everyone that you like. In the last Ryder Cup, when U.S. blew them out of the water, it was very easy to see, okay, these guys are good locker room guys. And right now, Bryson's playing as probably a top 10 player in the world. So it's fascinating. I guess it's not fast. It's fascinating that they decided to do what they did, but not at all surprising that this is the result that we're getting. I've been saying it since the moment that JT made his picks. I don't think we can win the Ryder Cup this year. And people were saying, well, you're too negative, or you're just a JT hater. I don't hate JT. I just like winning. When you put a guy in a situation that he's not going to win in, that's when you're going to wind up with the results that we're seeing over there in Europe. Now, going in 2 tomorrow. The pairings are out. I'm just going to look those up real quick.